Good morning, beloveds. All right. Yesterday, it was raining when we got up, and then it quit raining, and then the sun came out, and we went to the center and had service. And when we came, as we were leaving, because we had a business meeting, as we were leaving right around 2:00, I was digging frantically for my sunglasses, and then we walked out and it was cloudy. So then I ran a couple of errands. And as I'm leaving my last errand, I'm like, there's this line, like dark gray line. And I'm like, ooh. And it was really impressive. So I stopped at a place and took a couple of pictures. Walked in my house. So now it's around 4:00. And it proceeds to start raining about 2 minutes after I walk in my house, and rained for the rest of the evening. So I was like, because Saturday we didn't really get anything. It was cloudy all day, just didn't rain. And it wasn't stormy. Like, it was just wet, and it was good. So, now we're going to have a few days of cooler weather, so I'm kind of excited about that. So, it's still technically, winter. Even though we've had a couple of days in the 80s. So, all right, well, it is March 18th. It's Winter Spring Drops of Gold. This is Emma Curtis Hopkins, 1891. Drops of Gold. It seems to be a series of, when she does these, it seems to be a series of almost proverbs from her. So, drops of wisdom from Emma Curtis Hopkins. All right, let's get into this. Logic is good, but dry. So season yours with knowledge of spiritual laws. This is your text. My words are spirit and life. What made your feet and head pain you was intellectual reasoning. Only a knowledge of spiritual truth will heal you. Learn to believe this affirmation of Jesus Christ. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Your intentions are good. When you seem to be stubborn, it is really an instinctive self-protection that you are exercising. Stand by your intuitions. Repeat these words. God is my judge. Seek not the world's applause. To yield to public opinion when you know the true principle of action would cause you to cry. Would God I had never been born. Keep this for your text. He leadeth me. When you look on the body of people, your eyes burn with the controlling fires. Have you learned to train those eyes by affirming every morning, I will guide thee with mine eyes? You know how to deal with humanity along mercantile lines. You will keep yourself healthy by declaring that no evil can come near me. God is my health. Loving-hearted are you. Home is your joy. Prove this by the living text, God is love. What? Okay. Emma is an acquired taste. I'll be honest with you. I happen to adore Emma. I'm not a big fan of Emerson. I'm acquiring the taste for Emerson. And Emma's the kind of the same thing. Emma is an acquired taste. When we talk about Emma, I always imagine Emma, because as I understand it, she was a tiny woman to begin with. I always imagine her in kind of one of those, Victorian, maybe even Edward, gowns, for lack of a better word, where it's gathered around, not a little higher than the waist. There's probably that triangle diamond shaped collar, and it's a long flowing dress, comes all the way, and then she's got those neat little boots, and they come all the way down, and then she's got her hair done up in whatever such a way, and that she comes to you, and then she just puts her finger in your chest, and she says, this is the way it is. This is the way it is. That's who Emma Curtis Hopkins is for me. So when she does these, sometimes I'm all in, and then sometimes I'm like, what is she talking about? So today I'm definitely in the what is she talking about? And that's Emma, That's Emma. Logic is good but dry, so season your knowledge with spiritual laws. And then she gives you, probably, it's a Bible quote, my words are spirit and life. I would guarantee you that all of those that she has in here that are in italics are probably Bible quotes. She doesn't tell you where they're from, of course. Why? Because you've read the Bible. You're supposed to know, right? But her point of logic is good but dry. It's like you always have to temper your head with your heart. You know, you cannot, you can't live with one or the other. The heart is soft, and that is good, and the head is logical, and that is good. And to get through this world intact and get stuff done, you need both. You need both. And that's what she's saying. You know, it's like logic is good but dry. You need to know your spiritual laws. My words are spirit and life. What made your feet and head pain you was intellectual reasoning. Only a knowledge of spiritual truth will heal you. Again, I believe that is a head and heart. It's a head and heart thing. It's a head and heart thing. And this one is definitely in the Bible. I know it. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Your intentions are good. When you seem to be stubborn, it is really an instinctive self-protection you are exercising. How many times have we been talked out of things that we know are right for us by well-meaning people? You know, it's like, I hesitate to say this, but when I went to ministerial school, I didn't tell anybody in my family until I was like halfway through or 3/4 of the way through. I did not tell anybody because I've said things, I've said, oh, hey, I want to do this in similar veins. And my family's like, well, I can't see you doing that. You know what? They were right. They couldn't see me doing it, and I never did. Which is why when I went to ministerial school, I didn't tell anybody. And so sometimes if you really want something, you got to keep those cards close to your chest. Tell people that you know will support you. Like, obviously, everybody in my center knew that I went to ministerial school, or at least most of them did. But, like, and my partner, obviously I told my partner because definitely needed his support. But, you know, I didn't tell my family because I was afraid that they would try and talk me out of it. And not even by saying, well, you know, it's really expensive and you can't make a living doing it. No, they would just simply say, oh, I can't see you doing that. Because they've done it to me before. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's well-meaning things like that. So sometimes you're not being stubborn. You're protecting the things that you want to do. And it's right and it's good. So if what you are doing is a benefit to you and other people, and you know people are going to try and talk you out of it, don't tell them. Tell the people that will support you. But, yeah. All right. Seek not the world's applause. Well, and here I am talking to the internet. Seek not the world's applause. Let me finish that one. Hang on. Let me put the glasses back on. The sun keeps coming and going, so the light in here is a little... To yield to public opinion when you know the true principle of action would cause you to cry. Would God I had never been born. Keep this as your text. Would God I never been... What? Okay. But seek not the world's applause. To yield to public opinion when you know the true principle of action would cause you to cry. It kind of goes back to that. Sometimes you got to play your cards close to your chest. But it's a reminder to do what you love. To do what you love regardless of whether anybody notices. You know? And I could go back to talking about that in our hobbies. You know, it's like make art. It doesn't matter if you're good at it or not, because it will feed something in you. And the more art you make, the better you will get at it. Again, here I am talking to the internet. I'm pretty sure when I started these, I was awful. And I might still be awful, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that doing these has really upped my game. And honestly, if nobody watches them, it's okay because it fed me. I hope that if you are watching that you get something out of it, but yeah. Do what you do what you love because it feeds you. And that's the only person it has to feed, especially when it comes to art. All right? I have no idea about this controlling fires. I don't have any idea what she's talking about. If you have any suggestions, feel free to throw them in the comments. When you look on the body of people, your eyes burn with the controlling fires. Have you learned to train those eyes by affirming every morning, I will guide thee with mine eyes? I don't have any idea what she's talking about. I do not know. Okay. The second to the last one. You know how to deal with humanity along mercantile lines. You will keep yourself healthy by declaring that no evil can come near me. God is my help. I think we do tend to have a very transactional relationship with other people. It's like, if I do this for you, you'll do this for me. And it's not necessarily particularly healthy. There's got to be a few people in your life that you don't have transactional relationships with. People that you give freely to, and they will give freely back to you. And there's never a thought of, paying, responding in kind. I have a friend like that. We've done things together, and like sometimes she pays and sometimes I pay, and we don't keep track. Okay, we just trade off, and so you just need to make sure that you have a few relationships in your life like that where you give freely to one another. All right, because all right, the last one. Loving-hearted are you, home is your joy. Prove this by living the text, God is love. I don't have to explain that one to you. That one, pretty clear. Pretty clear. I do believe that at the core of every living being is good. We may not act like it. In fact, a whole lot of us have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten that we are beloved expressions of the divine. But I do believe that that is who God is. So, and I'm going to keep remembering it until every living being remembers at the core of them that they are good. Doesn't mean I'm going to tolerate bad behavior. Do not ever think that believing that people at the core are good means you have to tolerate bad behavior. In fact, most of the time what it means is that you call them on their bad behavior. But it means that you do it in such a way that, you hold in your heart that they are good and that they remember who they are. And you call them on it, and you say, you know what? And you also take yourself out of their reach. Yeah, I do not tolerate bad behavior. I do call people on their bad behavior. I expect people to call me on my bad behavior when I am not living up to that core of good that I am. When I am not living up to the beloved expression of the divine I am. So, all right. And so I would tell you that last line, you want a mission for today, that's it. That's it. Prove this by the living text, God is love. Try that. Try living that God is love and see how that works out for you. All right? Which is why I also say to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Sometimes the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do is walk away from people who have forgotten who they are. I am a big advocate of loving people from a distance, okay? Sometimes they still need to be loved, but we can't do it in their presence. And if you have people like that in your life, especially family, feel free to do it from a distance. sometimes that is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can say. I like to say take a walk, take a nap, take a break. And sometimes when I say take a walk, I literally mean just go get your body moving. But the other thing I mean is sometimes you need to walk away from things. You can't save anybody. The only person you can save is yourself. So sometimes you gotta walk away. All right. All right. That is it today. So, yeah, I'm going to remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Zone or Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I do encourage you to go and like and subscribe and follow and share. It helps us when you share our stuff on your page, because then more people see it. And then Facebook's algorithms go, oh, or maybe YouTube's algorithms go, oh, well, more people need to see this. So, all right. Yeah, that is the snuff of that. So I'm going to remind you, if you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. That way you'll know what's going on with the center. And the hot links in that are all hot. It's especially important right now while our website is down. We are in the process of getting our website rebuilt, but that's going to take a minute. Our website was ancient in coding terms. So we're working on that. All right. There was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember what it was. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a loving day, a kind day, a compassionate day, a get this week started day, enjoy the cooler weather day, bundle up for the wind day, a take care of yourself day, a know that it'll be all right day, a good day, and if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, beloveds. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.